Hi, I'm Chris Martingilio, and I'd like to talk a little bit today about the opening section of the Yang 24 Tai Chi form. I have a lot of people ask me about how I handle the beginning of the form. It looks very simple when you look at most people doing it, and I'm a little more detailed. And so since I'm asked this question over and over again, I'd like to make sure that I'm giving everybody the information that they're looking for. Most times when I see people start in Tai Chi, they start in a stationary position, and they step out, and their hands move, and they move, and then the form starts. And it's exactly what I'm going to do. But let's talk a little bit about how I'm going to do it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that I've been moving all day, I've been doing everything all day, and so as I start my Tai Chi practice, the first thing that I'm going to do is to stand in stillness and breathe. So I'm looking at posture, am I standing up tall? Am I sinking? Where's my weight distribution? And my weight goes to the front of my foot. Pull my shoulders back a little bit. I'm trying to settle into good posture and structure in stillness. Now, while I'm standing there, once I find that I'm in that place where my brain's in the right place, then I can start the checklist. And I do consider the beginning of this form a checklist. So I will explain. So the first thing I do once I've stood up is I start to sink. So I'm going to lift up my left heel while I transfer down and bend my knee. Well, in this position, this is about as low as I'll go. And for hold the ball positions like this is where my legs will go. So it's telling me and reminding me how I'm going to separate the yin leg from the yang leg. When I step out and transfer my weight, this is now not only the width my stance is going to be for the rest of the session. Choose pretty much to make this be the standard. There are some things that I'll step a little taller or a little wider and some a little shorter, but for the most part, this is it. My feet are in the correct position. They're both pointed forward. So now again, that's my third check. The first was how I'm going to sink. Where's my weight distribution? This is how low I'm going to go. The second is to put my foot out and transfer my weight. And I do a small rise without locking my legs. My next movement is as I sink, I have to remember that my knees are going to go forward. I'm not going to put my butt back to sink. I'm going to let my knees go forward while I sink. So let's go back to the start. I'm standing up tall. I'm lifting, but yet my body is still sinking. My legs are not locked. I'm in a good posture. I take a deep breath in. I let that out. I lift up the heel while I settle. I step out into the normal width of my stance that I would prefer during the form. I root to the floor. I rise a little bit. The next step is, as my hands come up, I'm going to practice having heavy elbows. While I sink forward, I push down with my hands while I rise up. Now I can start the next part of the kata. There's a lot of information in that beginning piece. Most people just treat it like this. It's just a movement. It's just the start of the form. I don't think it is. I think it tells the story about how the form is going to be for the rest of the practice that day. I hope that you learned something from this. Again, my name is Chris Martingilio, and now go train.